Hey, there she is.
We got her in the cafe.
Tag a car guy, tag a car gal. Let's go. What's happening, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lenart's subprime hero.
And we are Brewing Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Excited that you are with us today. But we want some more of you solutionaries to jump into the cafe because we have some exciting solution brewing news and fun for you. We got a 5-liner with a fabulous female that's making things happen in the industry. And we can't wait to get it out there. So do what you need to do and tag a car guy.
Tag a car gal and share. Let's get it out there. Let's let people know that we have somebody that's going to come in here and just talk about everything. We're going to hit her with the 5-liner. We're going to talk about growing in this industry and so many different perspectives on it, not just from a person that's trying to do things differently, but also being a woman in this industry, which is something that is unique. And there's not enough of us women out there, of us women. There's not enough of us women out there. There's not enough of us women out there. I keep saying the same thing. There's not enough women out there that are in leadership positions that are able to mentor down. There's a more coming up, but the more that we can have, the better. And here's one right now, a great example of somebody that can really help mentor young ladies into this industry to be better than they were yesterday, to include myself.
Yeah. Well, Fred, that is a fabulous example of mirroring your customer, right? Hey. And making sure that you do try to relate with them and find some common ground. But ultimately, whatever it is that you are a car guy, car gal, solutionary out there, and you need to jump inside of this conversation and maybe bring yourself a little cup of coffee. If you need a little something to fill up your cup, you can go to carguycoffee.com, get you some of that, especially if you got a car guy or car gal in your life that you want to encourage with big cup of caffeination and encouragement. You can get that at Car Guy Coffee. You can also get you some of the solutionary swag that's available out there and let people know that you are representing a lifestyle of brewing solutions as solutionaries that know the way, show the way, and go the way together. But as you do what it is that you do, and I try to buy a little bit more time for you car guys and car gals to get in here, we want to go ahead and get our special guest in the hot seat today, having some fun with us. Thank you for all of our sponsors and those that support the show. And as much as you want to comment, please bring a little bit more to drip in the cups of this conversation. Car guys, car gals, let's get this music flowing. You know what to do.
Hey, I got to say, there was a comment though up there that says, you guys look fabulous. I know who it is. It's Frederick Thorne. I just looked it up. Thank you. Hey, appreciate you, brother. 'Tis the season. Let's go. All right. So we do have a special solutionary that we're bringing up right now. Somebody that we got to meet, we got to dance with, we got to hang out and just do some really cool things. But most importantly, we vibe, man, and this person vibes hard. I'm gonna tell you, she's on the frequency of growth. She's on the frequency of amazingness. So come on, everybody, get ready to meet the one, the only Christine Hensley.
Let's go. There she is. Welcome to the show. Hey, she's moving.
That's right. It's always good to see you. Man, we appreciate you. Excited to have you on the show. We do have a lot of things that we want to do, but before we do anything on this show, when we do the 5-liner, we always hit people with the 3 Fs, right, Lou?
That's right. You got to make sure that we drop those F-bombs that don't offend the moms.
That's
making
right.
sure that we are resetting our mentalities by wiping the stuff that holds us down off of our shoulders, by focusing on where it is that we can go, who it is we're in front of, and what we can do to help, and then stretching out in that faith so that we do get to fly and keep growing all the time. That's how we make sure that we apply 3 Fs to get a little KG, and everybody's becoming family in our incredible community. And we're so excited to get this 5-liner going with us. Forgive, focusing, and flying with you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. So
let's do it.
This is going to be great. Forgive, focus, and fly on the count of 3.
On the shoulders. Here we go. And on 3, sound off with us. 1, 2, 3. Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing, keep growing. That's right.
See the swag? I knew she has the swag all day. She knows what's up. She knows what's going down here in Chinatown. Let's go and let's have some fun today. I'm excited. This 5-liner is special. This 5-liner is unique. We have somebody in here that I'm excited to ask these questions with, because, you know, we've known each other, but we don't know each other. So it's going to be really cool to dig in and really learn more about you and what makes you operate. You know, I know that you're out there trying to be a solutionary for so many, to young women, to men, whoever you can help. You're out there trying to help them become better than they were yesterday, from marketing to branding, which you're a marketing expert. And I love that. And you're going to bring a lot of flavor with that. But let's talk about your why. What motivates you to do all these things? You know, what makes you get up every single day and say, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to reach out and do things that are harder than most people would do. I'm going to go out and I'm going to make sure that I put those extra hours in every day. What makes you do that?
It's the people, it's the connections, it's the relationships. I know personally, I started in this industry about 5 years ago, and the welcome that I received from the auto industry is like no other. I have never met such positive, inspiring, fun, professional people ever in the 15 years that I've been in the marketing industry. And I just want to give back. I want to be that person too. Anybody who's new, who may be feeling nervous or doesn't know where to get started, I want them to be able to say, hey, Christine, what can I do? What should I do? Who should I talk to? All day, come to me, come talk to me. Let's get you situated, let's get you connected, and let's get you going, basically. Yeah.
So she has a why, connected to the people. And car guys, car gals, you got to appreciate that, right? We have to honor that. Christine, there's so much value inside of people itself. It's also awesome to be able to find yourself inside of an industry that is like visiting Cuba, right? May have this bad rap. It may be this place that might seem a little behind the times, literally, right? A little behind the times. But when you get there, they say, welcome to my country, right? Welcome. Happy that you're here. Thank you so much. Come, let me show you. And they're proud of the country that they have, right? And they're so honored to have people come to it and welcoming. And that's what this industry does do for great people like you that are trying to find themselves, that are also trying to stretch themselves out and go for goals bigger than them. The auto industry is an incredible place. And you coming through like a lady, making sure to open up a door and say, come on in, all my friends, come on in, other ladies, come on in, all genres of every people. This is a great industry for that. And you're highlighting that right now, because there is a welcome to great people to come into it. And once you see behind the veil, it's a whole other animal, right? It's not what it is people think it is on the outside.
Most definitely not. Most definitely not. And so when you get in, you realize that everybody kind of knows each other. So by coming in, having positive attitude, being respectful, and just seeing what you can do to create that friendly relationship with everybody, everyone just opens up and like, what do you need? What do you need? What can I do for you? Oh my gosh, do you need to talk to this person? Oh, do you need this? No problem. Do you need this for your job? Oh, no problem. Well, what can we do to help you out so that you can succeed? And I have never seen anything like that before. I was actually in the wedding industry before this, and you would think as a female, oh my gosh, the brides, the grooms, it's so beautiful. Absolutely not. It is cutthroat all day. So coming here, I'm like, wow, this this is rainbows and sunshine. This is so beautiful. What did I walk into? So I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So I actually just sorry.
No, you keep going, my friend.
So I just got back from Palm Beach. I was at Modern Retailing.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That was a great time. And believe it or not, I learned more in 3 days than I have in the last 5 years. It was insane. And the conversation, the relationships, the synergies that were there were insane because it was one of those smaller conferences. But I could see how it could be overwhelming to somebody who's never been to a type of show like this before because it's so intimate and everybody kind of knows each other. So I really wanted to kind of talk to you guys today about how to break that mold and, make a name for yourself and get over that imposter syndrome and get in there and talk to people. And you would see that once you start doing that, beautiful things happen. And
love that. And that's a perfect layup for the second piece of the 5-liner, the second question on the 5-liner. Remember, the whole reason we do a 5-liner, everybody, is one, to put a car deal together. You can't do it without a 5-liner. Okay. And what's important is that we do find out about our people, but having a why like that, that's connected to wanting to connect to others, does lead directly into us being able to show somebody that is looking for something new inside of themselves and inside of their life to see automotive. And we're wondering what brought you to automotive and what did you do to start building that brand to now we know who it is that Christine Hensley is. She's a solutionary brewing solutions for the industry and she needs to pour that out. So tell us a little bit of what brought you to automotive and how you've been doing what you've been doing.
So I'll be honest with you. I stumbled on automotive. I connected with my CEO. I moved back to the middle of nowhere, Ocala, Florida, literally out here, horse country. And it's not really known for its booming marketing scene. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And so I came out here and I'm like, man, I got to find something that's the new home. And Justin Specht, my CEO, he was looking to start a marketing company himself in the auto industry on the vendor side, but he needed some help more so on the marketing side. He's a car guy all day, and so he needed some help on the marketing side. And so we connected. Some people connected me through networking, believe it or not. They connected us together and said, hey, he's got a problem, she's got a problem, but they both have solutions for each other. And created that beautiful synergy right then and there. And next thing you know it, I'm in the auto industry and I have had nothing but great experiences ever since then. So I found it was my home. I really found it easy to learn. I found that there was a lot of synergies between other marketing, but at the end of the day, it was learning the terms, getting in, learning all of the different types of marketing there is to learn about the auto industry. And now here we are. So
let's go, and I think that the experience that you've had from the things that you've done in the past is what makes it even more special. I think that being able to take what you've learned from other places, cutthroat places, right? Things that you were just talking about, right? But at the same time, having to deliver an experience, right? And that's what the automotive industry's turned into. It's not about the sell, it's about the experience. Because we're not just talking about selling one car to somebody. We're talking about being their car person for the rest of their lives. We're talking about taking care of their service, their demands, their tires, their brakes, their aftermarket products, everything. We want to make sure that they're being taken care of. And understanding that in the other industries that you've been part of, you had to do that, right? You had to do it even when they were like, telling you how horrible things are going to be. You're not doing it right. I want it this way, changing things last second, adding an extra 50 guests, whatever it was. There was always a challenge that was involved there. I guarantee it. It's called Bridezilla, right? We've heard those stories, right?
None of those.
But that's okay. They deserve that. You hopefully only get married once in your life, right? And when you do, that's what you want. You want it to be memorable. You want it to have an experience that you'll never forget. That translates to automotive so well. And being able to brand that and to be able to show people a unique perspective, but yet take what you're learning from this and saying, hey, I love the love here. There's so much love, which uplifts you and gets you excited, right? I'm excited that you're in automotive. I'm excited that we have you. We need more people just like you to see that this industry is filled with people who love and want to do the right thing. Am I wrong?
No, you're completely right. What's hilarious is the scale in which that the contrast that we're looking at it on is that you came from the love connection pinnacle, right? And then came to automotive and said, I see so much more love in automotive than the actual consummation of marriages, right? You know what I mean? The what? That's awesome. And that just encourages us even more to say, come to automotive. This is incredible. There's great people out here. This is a great place to grow yourself, find yourself, and build a business. Goodness. But that's a funny contrast to me. It's hilarious.
It's weird that we're comparing it like that, like it's so much more loving in this industry, but it is, it's that I think that we've had a veil over our industry so long because we did it wrong for a long time. It was more of a transactional situation instead of a relationship type situation. Right. And I think the relationships is something that is more important, and it's not just from the industry, it's from your heart, and I don't say that men and women are so different, but women have a natural way of being with empathetic with others, right? Understanding, being able to put themselves in their seats without ever being in that seat, right? They could just feel that emotion, and I think that's a beautiful thing to share, and be for us being more motherly to others, right? Being more, hey, let me hear your story. I want to feel what you're feeling so I can try to help you the way you would want to be helped. And that's powerful. And that's something that goes into branding. Let's skip the next question for a second. Let's talk about that with branding. You bringing that different resource coming from somewhere else, being a woman in this industry, how has that influenced your branding?
So branding is so essential when you are trying to make a name for yourself in any industry. It doesn't matter if it's this industry, that industry, whatever, because there's so many people, but what makes you different amongst the rest? And how do you overcome that imposter syndrome? That, am I good enough? Do I belong here? What am I doing? Marketing, what was relevant today may not be relevant last week. And so overcoming that, making a name for yourself, that's what's truly important. Not being afraid to go up to somebody and saying, hey, I'm Christine. Nice to meet you. I love your shoes. Let me find something to relate to you about so I can open that conversation, get to know you, and then be able to ask those hard questions, be able to naturally segue into a sale, naturally segue into bettering yourself in your career. All it takes is just saying hello and asking a nice question, giving a nice compliment, asking them how their day is going. It really takes you to that next level. So.
My goodness. Car guys, hope you're writing this stuff down. Okay. Hope you are taking notes. All right.
Wow. Yeah. It's so true though. I mean, it's as basic as that, but a lot of us try to make it harder than that, but it's work. It's work. It takes consistency. It takes a little gumption, right, to go out there and do that. And I think that that's something that you have tenfold. Your energy is phenomenal. Your confidence when you walk a room, whether you're faking it till you make it or not, you come into a room like you own the room, just so you know. And that's a great thing to have. And that's not cockiness, that's confidence, right? And that's something that you bring a lot of confidence with that, because from your own experience how it works, right? And I think that's great. And that's something that, this what's a great segue into the next question that we have. And it's about your mentors. Along the way, you are mentoring people now. I know that you're been mentored by others. Who have been some great mentors to you over your career so far?
Oh boy, gosh, there's been so many. Seriously, I've never met so many people that are willing to help in this industry. A big shout out to Everett Mullins. He has been absolutely phenomenal. He came to our company as our COO and really kind of just took me underneath his wing right here and just taught me everything without any sort of expectations. Hey, you got a question? No problem. Hey, you want to meet somebody? No problem. Hey, you want to go to the show and build your education on the industry? Hey, no problem. Whatever you need. And he's taught me a lot of skills too, because as somebody that's in marketing, you may not know the other side of the spectrum, which is sales. Hey, you're so great at talking to people, but maybe we work on your closing skills. Hey, what can I do to show you? Why don't you sit on a Zoom call with me? Look and see how I do that. That's been awesome. A huge shout out to Phil Ami as well. He was also a huge help in helping me get into the show over at Modern Retailing. So I was able to really learn. I really wanted to brush up on my skills on SEO and GA4 that's coming out. Like, gosh, that's a monster. And anything, everything, making sure that I'm talking to the right people. Veronica with Women in Automotive. I met her.
Stumford, let's go.
She's amazing, isn't she?
Yeah.
And I just reached out to her yesterday. I said, hey, Veronica, like, I really want to be able to mentor the same way that everyone has been able to mentor me. So if somebody starts out, say, hey, how the heck do you do this? How do you go up to these people and talk to people? Or, hey, how do I transition from this to this? Like all day. So that way it's easier for other people so that we have more people that are confident and be able to really make a difference in marketing in the auto industry. That way we can take it to the next level. Because if we're not united, we're going to stay in the same place.
Hey. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm talking about.
Dropping bombs. Once again, are you taking notes? Just saying, are y'all taking notes? And you did. You dropped a lot of great mentors out there. You know, I'm glad that you've had those people along the way that we're so happy to help and show you, and not just know the way and not just show the way, but also go the way with you. And that's what a true solutionary does. You know, when they're sitting down, like you said, having you sit down with them in a Zoom meeting, showing you how they do their meetings. You know, I tell you, one of the greatest gifts I had was, man, I'm going to shout out to Barry Carr. Barry Carr, one day I was struggling as a producer for a staffed event company, and a producer was somebody who just called other dealers and try to book sales for them, right? Hey, sell marketing and try to sell a staffed event. So I was doing that. And for about the first 3 months, I was struggling talking to dealers. I couldn't get them to take my call, take me serious, return my calls, none of this, right? I figured out ways to get to them eventually, you know, having to get by all the, you know, the gatekeepers and the screeners, you know, and I'm like, okay, hold on. So I figured out how to get there, but I still was having problems closing them. He was like, listen, he came to the office one day, sat down and made like a full day's worth of phone calls. And I just listened to him. And it changed my whole perspective on how to talk with dealers. And after that, I ended up becoming the top producer, selling more sales than anybody else. I became the vice president of the company. I was killing it, right? But it was Barry Carr's one day of just sitting there going the way with me what made all the difference. It did. It just like, I was like, God, I've been talking to them so differently. Like I need to really switch my tone and my confidence with them. Right. Yeah. And it made a big difference. And it really made me a much better producer at that time, obviously. So it was great. So shout out to Barry Carr. Love you, bro. I hope you're doing well. I know he's a realtor now doing his thing. So
that actually reminds me, there was a point that was made this past week. Confidence or consistency breeds confidence.
Yep. Truth. Fact.
So the more you do it, the more you're going to be confident, the more that you're going to show people that, you know, your stuff, and confidence breeds sales. So
come on.
Hey, you know, it does 100%. That's why it is our number 5 core value. Consistency.
And you
it's
want
big.
To make sure that you are consistently being the most authentic version of you. Mm-hmm. And when you can walk into any room, walk into any conversation saying, I am the best me you're going to ever meet. Right. And you can do that with confidence and know that that's what you're bringing to the table, that your particular value is unique to you. And they are going to be blessed because you're there. Why? Because you truly have a heart to want to be a blessing to them, to truly want to be a contributor to them, right? Who doesn't want to have another friend, right? And when you do that, there's something that ends up happening. I mean, it's actually biblical. If you want friends, be friendly to people. That's in there, folks. Okay. When you focus on being the you that you're supposed to be, you bring value to other people, and you can walk confidently in that and never have to apologize for it. And if you do that consistently, you're not putting in a lot of effort to do it. It's just happening.
That's right.
It's just part of your habitual flow of being a person that gets out there authentically with people. What's up, Michelle?
Speaking of authentic people, Michelle Hutchinson, another amazing woman in automotive, just doing big things. Ship Your Car Now, doing her thing. She's got the best personality. She's never selling. She's always building relationships, which is why she's successful and why she's so authentic and why I absolutely love you. So it's good to see that you're here, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thanks for showing some love.
Yes, and
we appreciate you.
Incredible woman in automotive.
That's right.
That we're honored to know.
It's funny you guys mention the authenticity, and you can never have too many friends. No. I mean, let's be real. The pandemic really kind of broke that chain of communication and relationships. We were all home. We were all kind of lost. We lost that sense of communication, that unity, community. And now more than ever, it is crucial that we change our mindsets and we really get out there and build those relationships again, because I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. I know I've seen it. It was a huge topic at this last show, but customer service is where we really need to start focusing and getting it back into that customer mindset. But how can we give a customer mindset and practice that customer service if we're not doing it within amongst ourselves? So it is crucial that we work on those relationship skills, get back in there, be a buddy, lend a hand, because when you start doing that, it trickles down, and then that's how we offer those same relationships back to our customers.
Facts, truth, 100%. Love it.
Yes. Well, cheers to you, Christine, being a solutionary, doing your thing. Welcome to our industry, making things happen. Again, there's never been a time ever in history that for the salesperson, let me go ahead and take that sip.
We'll see. Enrique says consistency. Let's go, Enrique. What's up, brother? It's good to see you here, man.
Yes, so cool. The truth is that there's so many of us that do run into the situation where consistently can be interrupted, whether it's a bad day, a bad relationship. It could be a projection didn't work out right, an invoice didn't get paid, a car deal got unwound, whatever the situation is, right? There's always something that can come as what seems to be a hard lesson, which then ends up turning to be a valuable piece of knowledge for us to take forward in our careers. You're going out there, you're building your brand, you're refining your message and who it is that you are to the industry. But so far in that personal development of your own, what has been your hardest lesson?
My hardest lesson, listen more than you talk. All day. I've been given the gift of gab, but one thing that I really learned over the years is to just take 5 minutes and listen twice as much as you speak, and listen with the intention of learning instead of listening with the intention of responding. So you'll gain twice as much information, and you'll build a better rapport with who you're trying to build that relationship with. Build that trust, that honesty, that connection all day. So
heck yes.
Goodness. Christine, did you take the solutionary sales course yet? I mean, it sounds so much like you already jumped in there.
I need to. I'm intrigued now.
Gotta give you a round of applause for that, because that is a lesson that not a lot of people learn too quick, right? Especially, at people of our age. We're so young. Right. And life is good, right? But at the same time, being able to understand we have 2 ears, one mouth, right? Yeah. That really to seek to understand, then to be understood, right? Because if you understand people, what's going on with them, then they'll listen to what you have to say. Because if you don't really know, you're just talking to them and they're just like, you're hitting a brick wall, brother or sister, whatever. You're not really hitting what's really going on with me. You're assuming, and when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. And that's a problem. And that's why it's a big deal for all of us to go out and really seek and listen, quit assuming and quit talking. And it's good to talk. And we do, like you said, gift of gab. Me and Lou both were like, yeah, we know the feeling. We know. I had to learn that lesson myself, is to listen more than I speak. And it's important to hear, because you'll pick up a lot of key points. That relationship building is such a big deal. And when you listen, you're building a ton of relationship. Ask questions and listen. Get those answers. Don't assume. And then when you figure out what's really happening with them, not only can you sell them, but you can help them. More importantly, you can really solve their problem, whatever it is. So that's why it's important to seek to understand, then to be understood. And I love that you learned that lesson. That's a great lesson to learn. And I encourage people to really write that down. That is big. If you probably struggling with that yourself, even us, I can guarantee Lou and I still struggle with it. So does Christine. We work on it every day. We have to.
Something you have to.
Because sometimes we see something and we make assumptions. It happens. You're like, oh my God, I know what's going on here, but it's really not what it might be partially. But if we listen more, we can really truly figure out how to help them faster and easier in the way that they need to be helped. So I love that. It's a great lesson.
That's a strong lesson. Take that in, everybody. Make sure that you are listening. You can listen to all of the hard lessons of car guys and car gals that have come before Christine on the Car Guy Coffee podcast and at Brewed Solutions. Again, go to carguycoffee.com if you want to hear any of the other solutionaries out there that have discussed their hard lesson. And up to now, I can't say that I've had too many people in my recollection, Fred, that have used that particular hard lesson as something that they really had to take in. And it's awesome, because that's a good indicator of what another generation, this next generation that we are beginning to lead with and also develop, is taking in.
That's right.
Because we are faceted to process and take in more information than ever before. Never before have you been able to wake up and get absolutely bombarded by a lot of info, and being able to receive all that is something that I believe is unique to this technological generation that's here. You are leading that. Inside of that, you're also leading other people how to be marketers and salespeople, how to be connectors and contributors, right? While at the same time, constantly putting relationships over the revenue. Because if you have a good relationship where you're able to be listened to and be poured into, and then also be able to pour out from there, you can find yourself, tweak in that brand, and really develop yourself to the top version of you every day that you wake up. Man, love it. Steve, love it. That's some good stuff. Keep going if you got more.
I do. I was actually going to make a point. So one of the things that I learned about in one of the TikTok seminars is that the next generation, Gen Z, right now, let's be real, with the housing market, they're getting priced out of any sort of, like, they're going to be renters at least for the foreseeable future. So their next biggest purchase is a vehicle. Everybody needs a vehicle, but that's their purchase. So what it boils down to is, how can you relate to these people? How can you get down on their level? How can you connect with them? And that is what's going to create and breed that trust to this next generation. And in order to make those sales, to get to them, you got to get on their level. You got to learn. You got to connect with them. You got to breed that honesty, that trust, those relationships. And what it starts down with is the connection. So
love it.
Everything that you just said, and listening. So learning.
Wow. And I 100% love what you just said there, because it is, and it's good. That's called forecasting what's going to happen, and then understanding how to market to the people the way they want to be marketed to, right? Yeah. They're not going to be looking for so much when it comes to expense. They're more about living just a good lifestyle too. There's so many different things that we need to learn about that next generation, because they're not only are they the ones buying it, but they're the ones selling this stuff now too. Yeah. Right. So that's the next wave of sales pros that are coming in, marketing pros that are coming in. All these people are that generation. So let's go. We got to learn to communicate with them a little bit better. We got to learn to be able to be in their seat when have empathy for them, right? And understanding why they're motivated that way. And like you said, the car purchase, not even just in that generation, but even all generations, real truth be told, is one of the biggest purchases, period. And sometimes it is, because even there's a percentage of people who rent all their lives, right? But this next generation, like you said, 100% coming up right now into the workforce, they're not going to be able to afford the homes that are currently out in the market with the interest rates that there are. So they're going to be renters. So let's be marketing and getting them into the vehicles and helping them build credit. So when it is time to buy a house one day, they're going to have good credit to be able to lean on, right? And that's something that they can say, hey, look, I bought 2 cars over the last 10 years or 8 years or whatever the time frame is. I've paid those on time. I've paid every one of my other bills, but we got to educate them too. And that's the thing. I think all generations are miseducated on credit. It doesn't matter which generation you're from. Hopefully the future is a little bit better, but I think right now they still need to be educated on how credit truly works and how to actually develop credit the right way, right? And be able to buy homes at good interest rates so it's more affordable. What they don't realize is that credit is a big factor in the affordability of homes. Your interest rate, 1 point in the interest rate, 2 points in interest rate especially, will change like your house payment per month from somewhere between $200 to $1,000 depending on the house price you're buying, very easily. $200 is quite a bit of a shift in payment. Imagine $1,000 difference on the same house if you just would have just done better with your credit. You could afford this house now, but instead you're settling for less home on less than you want. So that's stuff that we got to teach them and educate them on, but they don't know that, And that's okay. And that's why we as marketers need to start marketing that way. I think our marketing, and speaking since we're here with the marketing expert, right? I think we should be marketing more on education, just like we're talking about with our dealers, all these events we go to. Let's educate. Let's quit pitching. No more pitch fest. Let's do that for our customers. Let's quit pitch festing them and let's educate them on how to buy cars the right way. Let's educate them on credit. Let's educate them on why these things are happening in the market instead of just telling them it's just because, right? So it's our jobs to quit pitching and to start educating. And if we educate, the relationships grow. They're going to come buy from you. You don't even have to sell. They'll just come and they know how to do it because they've been educated. We used to hide the way to sell a car to people so bad.
And not good.
And we would put them in up
so ugly.
And lie to them so much.
So ugly.
I'm 20 years in this industry. I've seen it, so let's start marketing with education. Let's start marketing and letting customers know what's really happening. Let's be transparent. Customer experience. You guys talked about that there at MRC, which is fantastic. This subject has been a subject since I've been in the industry 20 years, but we still can't get it right, but now with this, now with this internet, now with the power of information on the tip of our fingers, we need to be that way even more so. And then this next generation, that's all they want. They like realness. They don't want no fake stuff. They want people to make them feel good, because we've done that with our kids. I raised my kids differently than my parents did. I treated them with so much love. Like there wasn't the kids are meant to be seen, not heard. It was my son was heard and he was seen every day. Right. And I hugged on him and I loved him. So what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. We didn't make them softer. We made them real people who actually care. So let's make that right for them, and let's do this right for them. And I love that. So what's your ideas on that, Christine? I'm sorry I went on a tirade there, but I love this subject.
Are you kidding me? I love it. Just kind of branch off of that is being real with them when you're advertising with them. Another big point that was made is price transparency. Yep. Giving a price right in real time. They're out here. They're shopping online. They're not going into the dealership. So offering that price transparency allows that trust before they even step into the dealership, because if they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. So, and keeping that transparency. So the price you give them on the phone or through the internet or whatever that might be whatever, they have that same price when they go into the dealership. And so that was a huge point. And also marketing to them in ways that they appreciate, which is through TikTok and through, instead of calling them, text them, offer them solutions to their problems. And let's be real, a lot of people lost their jobs. So, how can you help them with their credit situation? Maybe they don't understand what an APR is. Maybe they don't have the cash up front to put a down payment. Can we offer you for 90 days? What can you do to help them? Maybe they're upside down on their trade. All of these solutions, when you offer them solutions, you create a trust, and they're more willing to come in and drop 40 grand on a vehicle because
let's go, Christine.
Come on, Christine.
You are speaking truth, and this is called
marketing expert, folks.
Everybody that walks in your doors deserves an opportunity to be shown how to buy a vehicle, and educate, empower, encourage everybody. If you give them 3 E's of experience, I promise you they'll come back more often. They'll pay more. They'll bring that down payment. And what's so beautiful is, let's say they need a cosigner, and we just tell people, this is generic. I need you cosigner money down. And that's what we tell people we can't help. They leave. They go to their grandma. Hey, I need a cosigner. Why? They said I need one. No, I'm not helping you.
Yeah, I'm out.
But instead, if we educate them on why they need cosigners, what's going on with their credit, how it's really not because they have bad credit. Maybe they're limited, first-time buyers, right? All these things. You can't afford this car because interest rate's ridiculous, They go to grandma, I need a cosigner. Why do you need a cosigner? Well, I have limited credit. I actually just started. And because of that, they're going to hit me with an 18. I could buy it, but I can't really afford that payment. If you help me develop my credit, I promise you my payment's way more affordable. Now I know I can make the payment. I could set it up automatically. I could do all these things that the dealer told me. And now grandma's like, you know what? I can help you. That all makes sense to me, because you have at least educated me now, right? Power. Mm-hmm. We don't do that. We shortcut that so much. And I think that we need to learn to be more that way. And that's something that I think that you're talking about here, and absolutely giving people this information, letting them know why, showing them how. And will they pay more? Yes. Will they be excited to? 100%, because you did something that's super and special that no one else will do. Everyone else gives them the generic, I can't help you, instead of, hey, I can help you, and here's how. Right? How powerful.
Yeah.
Wow.
This generation is so keened in on, can you hear me? I need you to hear me.
Yes.
Imagine that they're walking around with a sign on saying, can you hear me? I need you to hear me. Never again have they been so exposed to an opportunity where they can let the whole world know what they're thinking.
Oh man, it makes me think of Rosie Perez in White Man Can't Jump when she's like, I'm thirsty to Woody Harrelson. And he goes, all right, I'll go get you some drinks. She goes, I don't want you to give me something to drink. I want you to empathize with me. I want you to I do know what being thirsty feels like. Right. So you got to remember that, right? It is so truth. I love that. That's one of my favorite scenes because it's true. We as men, we as car people, all we want to do is get to the end of it. Hurry up, here's your drink. Instead of being like, hey, why? Explain to me, teach me. I want to know what's going on, why you're feeling this way, why you need this help. And then maybe because I'm a professional, I can actually show you a better way to do it. But I don't know how to do that until you tell me how. So,
and also how you actually want it done. Right. That's the thing. We're inside of an age where a person can buy how they want to buy, regardless of where they actually stand in purchasing power. They are going to buy the way they want to buy. And right now, if we can actually say to people, hey, we want to help you buy, help us hear you. How do you want to do this process? And then we can adjust accordingly. That's how we take care of people. For too long, we created these avatars of this is who we want to sell to, and this is how we're going to sell to them. We never molded that around how they actually wanted to buy. Now that we had to adjust, we're doing that. And it seems like this big epiphany that everybody has had to say, maybe I need to figure out a way to help other people. That's great. Industry experts have known this for years, and automotive has been the ones with our feet, with our basically parking brake, not wanting to move, saying this is how it's going to be, this is how we want to do it, and that's it.
It always worked.
And now it's, oh wait, maybe let's adjust that. You know what? It actually feels really good because the customer feels valued, the customer has a better experience, and they do stay with us and love us because we cared about them, because we heard them. This generation is way bigger than any before them. So we got to get ourselves lined up to actually being those that are saying, tell me what you're saying. Tell me what it is you're thinking. Tell me what it is you're feeling. Because we all know, like Maya Angelou would say, people are going to forget what it is that you said. People are going to forget what it is that you did, but they're never going to forget how it is that you made them feel. And if we can make people feel heard, feel valued, then we can definitely make sure that we have the connection that it takes to not just do a transaction, but to actually grow family.
Absolutely.
And that's how you grow your business.
You know, that's exactly right. You know, and that's a great way to get into this last question.
Yes.
This fifth question for us. It's your greatest reward up to this point. You know, you've been able to mentor, you've been mentored, you've come from one industry, brought what you've known into this industry, found love, found passion in this industry that you absolutely are excited about, right? There's so many things that we could talk about that are great that have happened in your life. What has been your greatest reward, though, you're personally, for all the business and all the work that you've done up to this point?
My growth in this industry all day.
Hey, there you go.
Faster in this industry in my career than any in the last 15 years. I know it's been a quick path too. I went from being a graphic designer to a CMO in less than 5 years, and it's just because it's the type of industry that we're in. It's the type of people that we work with. It's the type of relationships that are made. It is so much easier to reach out to a GM or somebody in the marketing department and just say, hey, how are you doing? Here's a bouquet of flowers. I hope this makes your day. Hey, what's going on? I noticed you've got 300 vehicles on the lot. What can I do to help you? Or, hey, you're a Ford dealership. You haven't gotten inventory in a hot minute. Can I help you get some used cars? What can I do to help you? And when you just ask those questions and you offer solutions to their problems, it is insane how quickly you can grow as a person by just listening and offering solutions. It's crazy.
Boom. Solutionaries mount up. That's what I'm talking about. And, you know, you truly are. You know, we absolutely love everything you're talking about here. Folks, you know, what I could tell you is she's all over LinkedIn. Go check her out on LinkedIn. That's Christine Hensley. Look her up. She's crushing it right now. She really is growing fast. And it's because this industry allows people who put the work in, who have the talent, who have the ability and want more. This industry will give you all those things. And if you want to come in and have some fun, reach out to Christine. She could tell you a little bit more about her experience. We have experiences. You guys have seen our show. Go to carguycoffee.com. Watch all these solutionaries and their 5-liners and really get inspired. This one inspires the crap out of me, and I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that we've become friends. I cannot wait to see you again. Tell Enrique we said, what up? You know, and all these good things. I love what's going on with you. I cannot wait to tell more. We're going to have you on a follow-up in the future to see where you're at, because I guarantee you're talking about your path. It's going to just keep going up, and I already know the next level is going to be soon, and I can't wait to hear more about it, for us to share it to our audience and let people know what's going on with Christine Hensley. We do appreciate you so much. Marketing expert, personal branding. She can teach you guys so much out there. Reach out to her. I tell you, you won't make a mistake. She's phenomenal.
Yeah, you will not make.
Thank you guys. You guys are really the best.
Thank you so much. But we did we help you out, and you can put this on any of your bios. You can put this on your resumes.
That's
you can put this on a plaque on the wall that Christine Hensley is 100%
CGC approved.
That's
yeah.
right.
Right.
Well, we're so thankful that you were with us. Do you have any last words before we forget Focus Fly and head on to our day?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being such great friends, being so welcoming. And thank you for the opportunity to be able to share this message to the masses, because hopefully the right message was heard by the right person at the right time. So
I promise you it was. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you put some messages in there. You tag her and let her know how amazing she is. We appreciate you, Christine. We appreciate your energy, your vibe, and what you're bringing to this industry. And I can't wait to see what the next year looks like for you. 2023 is going to be big. Can't wait to see what happens. Be a mentor, be mentored, do it all. You are special. You are somebody that's flying right now. So let's forgive Focus Fly. Let's get out of here and let's go enjoy the rest of our day.
Hands on the shoulders one more time. We're going to vibe out and make sure that we keep growing. Here we go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing, keep growing. That's right.
For joining us, everybody. Car guys and car gals. I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lenart, subprime hero.
And you've been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast with the one,
the only Christine Hensley.
See you later, everybody.
Y'all be blessed.
Watch
Peace.
it on the replay. Show it.
Let's